Hey guys, Jamie Jenkins here with Insurance Solutions Group. So today I'm going to kind of cover starting out as an insurance agent, what to do to start with, and kind of the timeline of how long it's going to take to get you licensed, contracted, and where to go from there. So if you're new at this and you're trying to figure out, okay, what do I do as far as how do I become an insurance agent? First off, hopefully you find somewhere that's going to help you do all your paperwork and training and get you going, or you just might decide that you're going to go ahead and get your license and then look for that. To get your license, you're going to have to sign up for either a in-class or an online course. Now, most of my agents, I sign them up on an online course, and they take the course kind of in their own timeline throughout the day. Hopefully, they do this in a pretty quick fashion. I know a lot of people have to got jobs and kids and different things that come in to for distractions, and that's one thing as far as not being in an in-class setting that can slow you down a little bit if you just don't hunker down and take care of it. So what's the timeline for that? Usually 10 to 14 days. My agents will get in there and do their online class. And depending on what you want to sell, you may want to sell, Medicare plans, Medicare supplements, Advantage plans, different health plans, ACA, whatever you're looking at selling. You may just need a health license, or if you think maybe later on down the road you're going to sell some life insurance and different products, or you're going to do that now, you might need a health and a life. So you can sign up for both. It's just a little more studying and a little bit more on the test you're going to have to take if you do that. If you're geared towards a few certain products to start with, start out with health and go back and get your life. But if you can study really good, go ahead and knock out your health and your life and be done with it. Now, it's probably going to take you about 14 days doing both, studying really hard. And then you're going to sign up for your test. So I'm going to find a local place that's given the test. We do that. We find it and we set up the time schedule for the agent. And you go in and you take your test. Hopefully you pass it on the first try. In Georgia, if you don't, you got to wait 2 weeks and do it again. I've got many agents that had to do it again. I've got several agents that, passed it on the first try. And if you really study this online course and all these training modules they give you, they're going to give you a practice test. You should do fine with it if you kind of do it in a timeline that doesn't spread out over, 3 or 4 weeks or more, where you just forget a lot of the information. So to start with, you do your class. After you pass your test, you're gonna go get fingerprinted. We set that up where you go get your fingerprints, and we mail that off, send it off and to the state. And then hopefully within a few days, the state issues your license. And then we send off to the different carriers we're gonna contract you with. And once you get contracted with the carriers, then we send off to each state that we're contracted with, usually 10 or 12 states, and we get you contracted with them. And then, during this same time period while we're sending off all this, we start your training. So timeline-wise, from the day you decide you want to become an insurance agent to getting out there and really start selling, and it depends on the person, but it's usually 6 to 8 weeks before you're actually out there selling, because, and some longer, if they want to be trained a little longer until they're comfortable. I recommend that an agent is very comfortable with the product knowledge on anything that's being offered, and also comfortable with the sales techniques, the sales process, how to overcome objections, and how to do the different things that they need to do to keep up with their business, how to navigate through their CRM, and how to submit their business, which website to use for this and which one to use for that. So all of that's gonna go towards probably a 2-week training, sometimes longer than that, as far as where to go for this and product knowledge. And then you're going to have continuous training on, different things as far as sales and how to manage your time and, learning compliance. You're going to learn that from the beginning of how to be compliant with everything. You want to make sure that you stay compliant with, every product that you have. And different products have different compliance standards. So, and, if you're dealing with Medicare Advantage, you have a ton of compliance things that you have to be aware of. And then if you're doing final expense, it's a whole separate compliance. So depending on what product you're on, it'll be how much training you need with that. You'll have, compliance courses, you'll have sales courses, you'll have, overcoming objection courses, you'll have training on, different websites to use. And then, depending on the season it is, for instance, if it's about to be AEP for Medicare Advantage, you're going to have all these different carriers showing their new product line for this upcoming season. So you're going to be learning the new products and, what's good where and when to use it. And so, you're looking at a couple months of really good education and learning on, how to be a good agent. And then after that, you're going to buckle down and get in there and get on the phone, or if you're being trained to be out in the field, you already got that training. Most of ours are on the phone, so we can deal with many different states and not have, limited leads and different things like that. So if you have more information that you need as far as what do I do for this situation, as far as becoming a new agent, or how do I do this, shoot me a message on here, or subscribe and like my channel, and we'll be glad to get back to you and help you in any way we can. Thank you.